What is up, everybody? Rocky here, and I'm going to be bringing you a easy tutorial on the chemical step in Attack of the Radioactive Thing. What I like to do once I get to this part of the map is go to the pool room and go ahead and figure out what M equals. This gets me set up already, and you want to go ahead and write that down on your little notepad. So M equals 4 right there. You want to go up to Elvira's studio room and go ahead and change the color to red. And you want to go ahead and start hitting up all 4 locations. The first spot is actually going to be up underneath the bridge, and you'll see symbol. It looks like a circle, so I'm just going to say circle equals number. So you see, it's going to be different for every single game. The numbers are always going to be different. So you want to go to the second spot, which is at the garage door right there. Your third spot is actually going to be in the diner area right outside of the freezer. And by this right here, there was not a circle does not equal, so I know that the fourth location, which is in Pack-a-Punch trailer, once you exit out of Pack-a-Punch, that's the one that's already crossed out because all those were equal to a number. So you just use process of elimination there, so there's no need to go ahead and go into the room. So you want to go ahead and change the colors again, and you want to keep going until you find another equation where circle does not equal. In this case, circle does not equal 8. So once you find that, you want to go ahead and go back and change the color. Again, back in Elvira's room, you want to figure out the last and final 3 out of the 4 what circle does not equal. So here you see circle equals 9, and that leaves the last location, which is underneath the bridge. So circle does not equal 15. So in the diner room, you want to go ahead and write down circle equals 9, now that we got our final number, and you want to take what M equals and multiply it by what circle equals, which is 9 times 4. Once you do that, you want to go ahead and look over here on your TV screen next to Elvira, and your number is 36. So 36 is greater than 35, which means your color is going to be red. Once you go ahead and change your color of the map to red, there are 6 locations around the map where there are signs with chemicals or items with numbers on them, and you want to take those numbers for each one, depending on what your chemical you get out of the radio. You want to take, it's always going to be the top number and the left number out of those squares there, and you want to add those together, and whatever you get, you want to subtract your circle equals number, and then that's going to give you the number that you want to type into the actual machine once you start putting in all your chemicals, and we'll get to that here in a second. Your next step is going to be finding a battery, which will drop out of a zombie in a random round. There's no specific round, but once you find that battery, you want to go to one of your radio locations, and the first location could be in the pool room, which I'm about to show you right here in 1 second.
The most recent state of events have convinced me that 3,4-dinitroxymethylpropane is our best chance to defeat the radioactive thing.
So this part could get a little tricky or aggravating, but basically there are 2 radio locations that need that battery to be inserted into them. There's one by Porta Potty in the power plant, and there's also the one where I showed you in the pool room where the M equals. It's going to say a message to you, and whatever one sounds the best to you, it's going to be up to your judgment. There's not really any kind of main indication. And once you figure out what your chemical will be, which I'll leave in the description a detailed list of all the chemicals, what you need to actually make them, and where actually they are. Once you have that listed out in front of you, which is the way I do it, I have it printed out on a piece of paper right in front of me, so whenever I'm playing with my friends or I'm playing solo, I got it right there so I could be on the ball and know exactly what to do. And as far as this goes, once you get all the way up to this step right here, it's pretty easy. It's basically plug and play. If you're not good at math, get a calculator, pull out your smartphone, go ahead and type in the math, because you're gonna have to add up the numbers on the triangles of the signs that you go and take pictures of around the map, and you're gonna take that number and subtract what circle equals, which is what you found in the beginning of this actual step here. And here in the background, you see me finishing up the last few steps of building the chemicals to actually build the correct chemical that we learned from the radio to actually insert into the nuke. Just make sure you hit the right numbers in, take your time, make sure you get the right math in there. And if you're playing solo and you're not sure about your math, make sure you get that zombie far away from you, because if you mess up, it's going to explode in your face and you are one hit, which means you will go down and you're going to have to start all over again. So this last step here, my chemical was the 3,4-dinitroxymethylpropane, which is a mouthful, but you see I'm finishing up here, typing in my number, and I'm finishing up with the sludge and the nail polish remover. I'm going to hit that little knob there, and it's going to pop up right here. So you go ahead and pick that up, and you are ready to go into the boss fight. Thanks for tuning into this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you're new, scrolling through YouTube, hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell. Once I go live, you'll be notified. Follow me on Twitter at RockySwindler43. Thanks for tuning in, guys.